Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day and enjoying this beautiful summer weather. It's awful hot even here in Appalachia. And I'm trying to get ready to go on a road trip. I was sitting here looking through the daily and thinking about one of my favorite recent road trips. Now, any of you guys who metal detect or just adventure or anything like that, one of the best ways I can advise you to make your world bigger is to get on the road and take a road trip. Some of my best relics have come from road trips, and some of my best memories have come from road trips, so I highly suggest doing it. And I was reading in here about a road trip I took on the first time Bo invited me to one of his spots. Now, as you can imagine, I was excited to go hunt at one of Bo's spots. I mean, you have visions of artillery dancing in your head immediately. But I was also excited just to get on the road and try a new spot and try and get something from a new spot. So we went out on the road and I met up with him and we went to this spot and we paddled in and we got there and we began hunting, and it was really a beautiful spot, and it was much different than any of the places I had ever hunted before. The geography there was much different, the water flow was much different, the water temperature was much different, and so it was an entirely new experience for me. And that's what I'm getting at with these road trips, is get on the road and get a new experience. So anyway, to the meat of the story, we got there and we got in the water and we went on a paddle and we paddled up to where we were going to hunt, and we got out, and Bo had really high hopes that we were going to find some artillery there that day. And we hunted for, a short while, and I'd found something, I don't know what, but all of a sudden I found a great signal, and I dug down, and I found what was probably my favorite Civil War artillery shell, this beautiful Schenkel shell from the American Civil War. And this was fired by U.S. troops. And if you look at the nose of the shell here, the fuse is still in the shell, and it says J.P. Schenkel, patent October 16th, I believe it says, 1861. So that's a pretty amazing artillery shell, and I was blown away, to say the least. So we continued to hunt, and I found that pretty early in the hunt. And there's a video of the hunt, but I did not video finding this. I think I did. I thought it was an axe head when I first found it, so I didn't video it. But I don't know if Bo got video or not. I'll put a link up here at any rate. But we continued to hunt, and we found several other things that day, and the day just was very special. I found this awesome crotal bell, which I think Bo ended up finding 4 or 5 of these that matched this one, so it's part of the same set that he found. And I found this really neat boat hook, which is hand forged, and I really liked that relic, so I brought it home and did electrolysis to it and cleaned it up. And there's a neat square nail drove through the center there, so you know it's old. I love that. No telling what it was used for, but probably for boating across, poling across the river there. Also found this really neat seltzer bottle top, like where they would spray water out of a bottle, seltzer water, and it's labeled WDW and Brothers. And because of the provenance of this site as well, this was a really neat find, and only Bo and I will know what I'm talking about. But I think this was really cool find for where we were at. And last but not least, I found this one Civil War bullet while I was there, and I was really happy with that. But overall, the road trip was a success. Looking in the dig log, I didn't find a lot other than that, I don't think. A couple other things. And like I said, there's a video of this hunt. You guys can go back and watch it. Bo, however, also found a Schenkel shell, just like this one, and his was coated in more rocks. I've never seen a shell so coated. I don't even know how he knew it was a shell. but it was coated in all these rocks. He also found an epaulet that day, and I was running around the river like a madman looking for iron, and Bo kept saying, "Hey, you should stop and dig the squeaky signals." And of course I didn't. I just took off running around listening for iron, and not 2 minutes later he said, "Hey," and he was holding up a beautiful epaulet that went on the shoulder of an officer's uniform during the Civil War. He said, "Hey, I told you to dig the squeaky signals." So I also learned on that trip, when Bo tells you a tip, you should probably listen. Needless to say, the rest of the day I dug the squeakers. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's and a little insight to getting on the road for road trips. Hey, pack up your car and get on the road. I'm going to. I'll talk to you guys soon. In fact, I'll talk to you tomorrow.